Randall Hughes with GodGlorified.com, and we're commenting on today's scripture reading from Daniel chapter 4 and 7, as well as 2 Kings 25 and Jeremiah 52, and then Daniel chapter 4 and 7. So those were the bulk of the readings, and some interesting prophecy and things that are mentioned in these passages. In chapter 4, we have the dating is about 562 roughly for Nebuchadnezzar and the tree. Excuse me. Let me turn the page there. I had to turn the page. About 570 is when that is believed to have occurred. Then reading over to chapter 7 is about 550 BC, according to Reese. And so some interesting things here. Chapter 4, Nebuchadnezzar once again has a dream. His magicians, all the wise people in Babylon, cannot interpret it. He calls for Daniel. Daniel interprets it. And it repeatedly speaks of the spirit of the holy gods was in him. And verse 8, verse 9, verse 18 references that comment made about Daniel by Nebuchadnezzar. And so he was able to interpret. Nebuchadnezzar was unable to humble himself. And it caused the dream to come to pass that the tree would be cut down and he would be left in the field as a wild beast for 7 years. And he was beside himself until he came to himself, and after the 7 years, and his eyes looked up to heaven, my understanding returned to me. I blessed the Most High. I praised and honored him that liveth forever and ever, whose dominion is an everlasting dominion. His kingdom is from generation to generation. And so he came to himself and praised God. Some interesting things then happen over the next period of time. Jehoiakim is released from prison and sees some kindness for the rest of his life. Also during this time, there is the death of Jeremiah, about 560 is when he's projected to have died. There is Cyrus begins to reign in Persia about 559 to 529 BC. The birth of Buddha about 557. Also the birth of Confucius about 551. And then it's about 550 that Reese places the dream of chapter 7 that Daniel has. And a very interesting dream it is. It corresponds back to the metals in the image in chapter 2, which we know and understand those metals to represent Babylon, Media Persia, Greece, and Rome, and then possibly the revised Roman Empire for today with the iron and clay. And so, but I believe there is the potential for there to be a dual prophetic application, fulfillment in the beast of chapter 7. I certainly see their application back to the time of Daniel and Babylon and Media Persia and Greece and Rome. There's certainly things about them. The Greece, after the death of Alexandria, was split into four generals ruled after him, and so the leper with four wings, the four wings seem to indicate that to me. There's different things that we see in that application. As the beast, though, a modern interpretation, I don't know who was the first to present this, but Brother Irvin Baxter of End Time Ministries, he presented that England and Great Britain's a lion, England and America is the eagle, represented by the eagle's wings, and then Russia would be the bear, and these are beasts that are associated with these countries. The leopard is associated with Germany, their tanks, and then the Fourth Reich for the four wings, and then you have the terrible beast, and some see it as in Revelation it contains parts of all of the previous animals of the bear, the lion, and it's called a dragon, and the leopard. And so they're all three referenced in this beast and some of it see it as the European conglomerate in some way. And then, of course, ultimately consummation of all things with the Messianic kingdom, with Christ ruling over all. And so someday all of the warring will cease, and the beast will all have to bow, and ultimately the King of Kings will rule forever. And that's the day we're looking forward to. And so I would encourage you, prepare your heart. It's a crazy world that we're living in right now, and no one knows the day nor the hour that he may come for you. May not be corporately with the trumpet, but he is coming in your lifetime and mine by either the trumpet or the grave. And I believe the sounding of the trumpet could happen anytime. I believe that absolutely he is the one that's going to call that, make that call. I know there's some that say there's various prophecies that have to be fulfilled first. The tribulation, the covenant, various things like that that may have to begin prior to that. I'm not telling God what he has to do. And yet I understand if his word says that, that's going to happen. Absolutely. If that's the interpretation, it will happen. It will come to pass. And so by the same token, I believe that he promised those that are born again of water and spirit that they will live eternally with him. And so I want to make my calling and election sure and encourage you to do the same. I have a video, What Must I Do to Be Saved? Check that out, as well as some of the other videos. God bless you.